Some of the advice I would give to people who are just starting out with Node.js, first, just don't rely on other modules until you absolutely need to. Just start simple, do vanilla JavaScript, and work your way up. If you need a module, then bring it in. Other advice would be become active in the community, get involved with your local meetups, and try to contribute back to Node core itself. So even if it's just updating a README or documentation, anything is helpful.
Find a quick win with Node. That quick win will allow you to go to the business and really show the value and get support for a larger program. And that program is important because Node is a new technology and it operates very differently. So you need a full program to make sure it's successful.
So if you're just starting with Node.js, take some time to actually look at the modules that you're consuming and what's happening behind the scenes. I think especially who writes them. Node.js has some very prolific authors who write lots of different modules and understand kind of the opinions that you're buying into.
If you're not using a private NPM registry today, you should do that. Other best practices I would say is, don't check in your Node modules to Git. That's not going to end at a good time. Using Git URLs in your package JSON also sort of leads to pain, but it's an early shortcut for when you don't have a private registry.
When you're starting a new project, especially in production, lock those dependencies. Lock them. Don't put any carets there. Don't put any tildes. Just lock them.
Just as a general principle, make sure you're handling errors when they occur and you're handling them accurately. If your application's ever in an unknown state, that's when you should crash the application and restart it. Make sure you have tests that work. Make sure you have automated tests that are just checking your code. You want to do that. It is a dynamically typed language, and so make sure you have some strict data validation going on so that you can make sure everything coming into your application, especially at the API level, is what you're expecting.
If you're going to upgrade Node, just remember, first let everyone on your team know that you're going to upgrade Node. Another common problem that happens, especially between major versions of Node, is if somebody on your team or you have a problem running the project after you upgrade, just remove rm-rf node modules and npm install it again. That will solve 90% of your problems.
Java has the JVM, it's got a bunch of threads, so you can basically throw as many resources as you want in it and we'll just eat them all up and continue to accept connections. Node really requires you to have one CPU and a set amount of memory per node process.
Node changes as fast as the web changes, but it also changes like the web changes, incrementally. You're not going to be waiting 6 years for a new version of a language that's going to just throw all the work that happened previously up in the air.
I would encourage people to embrace JavaScript. JavaScript is an amazing language and it can do lots of things. I think there's an attitude when it's first approached that it's a dynamically typed language, right? That's a big hang-up for a lot of people. And that's actually a really cool thing, and it can make your code a lot cleaner and a lot easier to read. But you need to get over that and embrace it and really work with JavaScript. I would encourage people to do that instead of trying to work around it by using compile-to languages or things like that that remove you from what's actually going on.